Christel Arcucci is the founder of Soul-Centered Prosperity and the co-author of the best-selling book, In Pursuit of the Divine, Stories to Empower a Woman's Soul. She's an international healer, artist, transformational speaker, prosperity coach, and trainer. I'm particularly grateful because she launched me into doing some of this training with speakers, so I'm particularly grateful for that. She's passionate about empowering women by empowering women to be seen, heard, and financially supported by doing what they love. She created the spiritual art of wealth, which integrates spiritual values with business success. She supported thousands of clients to align the body, mind, and soul purpose to create vibrant health and the business success they desire since 1991. Christel Arcucci. Wow.
I believe the key to changing the world is empowering women to make money and make a difference doing what they love. I believe this not only because I am a woman, but because my life was radically changed because my mother was unable to own and embrace her gifts. She lacked the confidence to support herself and her children. And I never want that to happen to another woman or child anywhere again. A long, long time ago, in a far-off land called Iowa, two young sweethearts are in college together. Terry, isn't it splendid? We'll be the first in our family lines to graduate college. Yes, sweetheart, we'll be able to make a grand life for ourselves. A few years into college, Sherry becomes pregnant and has to quit college to give birth to their first daughter. Terry graduates college, gets his diploma, and moves his young family to the North Shore of Chicago, where they buy a fancy house in the suburbs, drive their station wagon, and give birth to two more young daughters. Everything looks grand on the outside, yet on the inside, there's a smoke screen forming and a layer of liquor that leads me to believe things aren't so fine. I'm the middle sister, and I feel the things they're not saying. There's this level of tension in the house that doesn't feel so great to me. But everything is fine, right? After the divorce, my mother brings us together. Okay, girls, we're going to do this as a team, and I'm going to find us a new daddy. I'm excited about this in some way. I become like a second mom to my younger sister, following in the footsteps of my older sister, and really feeling like we're a team. But I like my daddy. Why do we need a new one? My mother isn't around much, but when she is, there's this parade of potential new daddies coming through the house. One night at dinner, I'm looking up at yet another man. I can't help but say, don't you have a home? Can't you go there once in a while? The distance between my mother and I grow greater. And when I'm at home, I seek solace. I look for my safe space. So I climb under my desk into my imaginary world. In my imaginary world, the trees teach me to set roots deep into the earth, and to let any troubles just blow by like the breeze. The butterflies tell me that I'm still in my cocoon, that I must be patient and wait for when it's my time to fight free and let my wings open. When I'm outside of the house, I like to engage as a kidpreneur. Running little businesses. Lemonade! Ice cold lemonade! I mow lawns, I rake leaves, I take babysitting jobs, I serve pizza. I like this adventure of making my way and making money. Soon, my mother comes home to tell us she's chosen a new daddy. Yay! Everything's going to be fine. So we moved to a new house in the suburbs where the smoke screen gets thicker and the layer of liquor runs quicker, and I feel less and less like being at home. My imaginary world is now inside my closet. When I jump inside, I push the clothes to one side. I create a little safe space for me to sit. I've attached a hanger, which has magical qualities, to the light cord. And when I spin it, it takes me to other places. On one level, I'm a grown-up. I have my own job, my own car, I cook my own dinner, I'm independent and on my own. On another level, I'm swimming with the dolphins and diving in the sea and frolicking and playing in the waves. I look back and notice I have a mermaid tail. How splendid! The dolphins teach me that no matter how down I go, how deep I dive, I will always come back up for air. On another level, I'm in the desert with the big red rocks. They teach me of my inner strength. I dance by the campfire, frolicking around and playing in the desert. I gaze up at the stars at infinity and dream of possibilities so far beyond where I am now. My brother the wind comes and caresses my skin and whispers in my ear and tells me that someday I will be free. When I'm outside the house, I engage in sports. I like moving my body and feeling strong and like I can do anything. I'm at my friend's house as much as possible. So I engage in my inner imaginary world and my life outside the house. But when I'm home, the things that my stepfather says to me, well, they make me feel small and like I want to hide. Yet my mother, she still thinks everything is fine. Luckily at this point, my father has quit drinking, so I go to him. Sweetheart, my home is your home. Please come and live with me. And so I do. When I leave my mother's house, it's as if she doesn't even notice. On one hand, she starts fighting for me in a custody battle. On the other, she never comes to visit. She never calls. She doesn't even come out to say hello to me when we go to pick up my sister. I'm getting this silent message from her. You're no longer my daughter. Her whole side of the family casts me out. Tells me I'm no longer their family. The voices in my head. You don't belong. You're unlovable. You'll never be free. And these voices bouncing in my head, making me wonder, am I unlovable? Is it true? Don't I belong? Thank God my father is there as my real life angel, supporting me in taking my first steps on my healing journey. I start writing poetry. He buys me a guitar. I learn to play guitar and write songs. I practice yoga to cultivate a sense of inner peace. Begin meditating. And on this healing path, I have this idea. That kidpreneur part of me says, maybe I could do this as a business. And so I do. I start my healing arts business. On the business side, I'm good at making money. I like making money. I'm totally confident I can make a living doing what I love. You're a fake. You've never even been to business school. If you start a business, you're going to lose your spiritual connection. And on the healing side, I'm cultivating the support for my clients to heal their bodies, to master their minds, to open their hearts. It feels amazing to be a guide, a spiritual, intuitive, and creative woman supporting others in finding their own way. How unspiritual of you to charge for healing services. Haven't you ever heard artists are starving? Healing and business do not mix. So here I am, these voices, yet again, pulling me apart, telling me I can't make a living doing what I love. I can't be spiritual and creative and successful in business. Yet in my bones, I was committed to making that not true. I knew that I would find a way. So I started integrating these parts of me, the business strategy and savvy, which is often seen as the masculine and yang energy, with the yin, intuitive, creative sides, knowing these two needed each other for support, that in them coming together, I would find my greatest strength. This is the key to taking the world to the next level in healing, in my mind, is balancing that creative side with our willingness to use business and money as a vehicle for good in the world. It is our decision that these two worlds are separated, that healers and artists believe and stand in the truth, that they can't be successful in business. And yet that is the exact paradigm that I am here to change. Because there is no way for us to go to the next level without that integration, without that weaving together, without bringing who we really are as souls into and expressed as the soul of our business. Because you are in this room, I know that you have a message. I know that your voice is important. I know that your gift is here to be given. It's waiting inside, and only you can share it the way that you do. It's time for us to rise up. It's time for us to take a stand as visionaries, as healers, as brilliant artists and intuitives, and own our power and use that power for the greater good of all beings. Does that sound good to any of you? Yes. Are you ready to take a stand for your message? Then I invite you, as I continue, that when you feel moved, to take a stand, literally. When something I say awakens the power within you, to stand because it changes something within you. To stand not only for yourself, but for all women, for all children, for all men's healing. It's time to rise up and take a stand that money is a vehicle for positive change. Take a stand for your creative abilities. Take a stand for you being an artist. Nobody's with me. I invite you to literally take a stand. As you feel moved to own this power that is you, that is your message, that is the healing that you bring to the world. To take a stand and declare not only to your own body, mind, and heart, but to the world that it must be different, that this healing is what is happening now. It's time for us to rise up and to integrate this world of creative spirituality with business as a vehicle for positive change. I'm delighted you're here, standing in this vision with me. Thank you.